Bronco fan. The only thing I want us to work on is covering tight ends a whole lot better. In regular season games. Thanks, Bill. Got my man Bill back here today. Listen to the show. And Miss Phyllis. I do agree. I tell you something, the entertaining part right here. I've been traveling a little bit more this year with the podcast and in my leisure time, went camping, went to different places to do a podcast, different places I would always wanted to go. But I saw a story this morning. It's a fun adventure segment right here. Fun adventure. You know, shuttling people back to the Cardinal game, conversations come up and forth with people getting on a cart, either from here, not from here. I always want to know first ball game, where you're from, who are you with. In the past 3 years, I've met so many father and sons taking these amazing road trips before the kid goes back to school or off to college. They try to visit so many teams on the East Coast, trying to see this team, all road games, or going to all major league ballparks. They've kind of like a bucket list of baseball stadiums and sports travels with your kid, with your mom, with your grandmother, with your grandfather. I've been seeing stories like that, and I saw one this morning on CBS Morning News. I've been wanting to travel and hit the road with a podcast for quite some time, for about 2 years, in a van or an RV. Nothing new, nothing, souped up and nothing like that. Just fine. And the story this morning, this grandmother and her grandson have been traveling the national parks. Now, there are 61 national parks in the United States. They've been to 29 of them. I think the grandmother is 89. I don't know how old the grandson is, but just capturing the pictures. They've been sharing them through Instagram. You can check out CBS Morning Show on YouTube and see the video, but it was an incredible story. I would love to go on a road trip with my dad, both of my grandmothers, and my mom. I would love to do that. That, I would laugh my ass off. I would laugh. Let me control the music. And we'll spin the bottle on where we're going. That would be a hilarious damn road trip. 61 national parks, man. I bet that would be a fun, well thought out process. And then they camped outdoors. They didn't go glamping, which I still haven't done that yet. I've been in a tent. I think we got one more camping trip coming up before football season, NFL starts. So, but check that story out. Just an interesting story. I have not taken a trip like that. The only pretty cool trip I did, I went and picked up Dre Jr. Father's Day weekend from North Carolina and brought him back here to St. Louis. That was a pretty bonding road trip. All right, it's Friday. We might as well talk about 420 and Mike Tyson, right, kids? Dilly. Don't leave without saying goodbye to me. Mike Tyson has been in the news. My man, Iron Mike Tyson. Craziest night ever. I'm in a hotel in Hawaii. I get out of the elevator at the Outrigger Hotel. I know there are 90 of them. Which one, Dre? I'm just going to say Outrigger Hotel. I found out that night that Mike Tyson lost to Buster Douglas. Thank you, Robin Givens. So Mike Tyson has a podcast, and he indulges in the marijuana in his podcast. Very interesting. Mike Tyson Broadway play, his book. Mike Tyson's had a very, very interesting life. He's been addicted to every damn thing known to man. Everything. But now this story has come out that Mike Tyson spends $40,000 a week on marijuana. So Dominique Foxworthy, former Bronco, Foxworthy Friday here, on High Noon the other day on ESPN, broke down the analytics of $40,000 a week in marijuana. Now, Jim Jones, you guys know him, the hip-hop artist, was on there with him as well. Depending on the grade of marijuana, so I know some people are going to say, but Dre, them ain't the real numbers. Where you getting that kush from? I'm not buying it. Listen to the story, okay? $40,000 a week in marijuana, Mike Tyson, equals to 80 ounces, 2,240 grams, 100, 120 joints, 1,120 joints equals 37 joints a day for a week. Who's down for the challenge? Who's down for that? 37 J's a week? Who's down? Man Cave members, where you at? We have a challenge. Who's down? The hell with the bucket challenge, the ice bucket challenge. Let's do the $40,000 bud a week challenge. Who's down? Who's with? Who's coming with? Dorothy. Dorothy, who's coming with? Let's go. Let's do it. 37 J's a week? I mean, a day? No brain activity whatsoever. You think this is bad? 37 a day? That's Man Cave members. I think we can do it. We did one the length of an 8-foot pool table. 8-foot pool table. I think it was no more than 10 of us, and we had 2 of them. Super joint. But check out that Mike Tyson story. I think that's a challenge right there. The $40,000 a week bud challenge. You dump all the bud on you that you're going to smoke. You take a picture. We're going to hashtag it 40K bud challenge. Hashtag Dre Montez. Get my lawyer on the phone right now. I don't want nobody trying to sue me. Dre Montez told me to spend $40,000 of my money to do this bud smoking challenge. Let's do it, people. I think we can do it. We've done worse. Huh? We've ate bugs. If you didn't eat a bug K through 5, I don't think you're a real boy. You're not a real man to me. If you didn't eat a bug K through 5, if you ain't never mixed water and dirt together and had a mud pie hamburger and ate it in front of your boys, we can't talk. We can't talk. Huh? That's when being a kid was being a kid. Huh? When you saw a Coke bottle on the side of the road with still some soda in there. Even though there was a cigarette in there, you pour it out a little bit and you're still drinking. Don't do that. Don't do that. Again, this is Who's to Blame, the podcast with yours truly here, Dre Montez, on this fired up Fireball Fried Chicken Friday. It is Friday, and there are people on the highway right now heading to a softball tournament all the way in beautiful Jackson, Mississippi. Somebody is getting that talking to right now in the car. They've had their last few tournaments have not gone that well and not hitting the ball well, not making good decisions with the ball. So right now, the leader of the team is talking to that guy on the road trip to Jackson. Hope he's listening. You get some of that best one-on-one talk on the way to a softball tournament out of town. When your team hot and you know it, everybody's going to be there. We got our colors. We're going to dress down. We're going to look good. We got 5 uniforms. We already know we win 7 games. We in the ship, baby. We sitting back Sunday. What's up? Those right there were the conversations that I miss and love. And then the comedy side of traveling down the highway. I would never, ever forget. We stopped at a gas station to get gas. We're there for more than 30 minutes, and we never pump gas. Old softball buddy of mine, Theo, Vic, and Keith, when I played with the St. Louis Browns, we were going out of town, man, and this was one of the funniest road stops ever. There's way too much to get into. I could talk about softball for 9 days straight, live. Yes, this is a Bronco hat. It's preseason football time. Go Broncos. Go Broncos. I've already told my birthday wish doctor out there, there's Santa for Christmas and the Easter Bunny. I don't know who you're supposed to tell you people that you need something for your birthday, October 22nd. But I want a football helmet, either Florida or Denver. I don't want to wear a hat no more when I'm watching football. I want to wear a damn helmet with a visor. I want to feel like I'm there. Not with the drink cup up top. I want an authentic NFL or collegiate football helmet. Let's go. I want to feel like I'm in the huddle with you. I want to feel like I'm in the locker room with you when the coach talking to us. Pat me on my shoulders and get me pumped. Let me headbutt you. I can't believe that it's been, I want to say, a good 10 years ago. No, longer than that. 11 years ago. This week. I tackled the old lady in the kitchen. Must be football season. You don't bend over in the kitchen that close and it's football season. You getting tackled up in there. Who's to blame? I was coming around like Hardy Nickerson, doing my slow motion. Got down in that stand, stood over her. Must be football season. We ready. Oh, the country's not going to be right. That's right, Miss Phyllis. I attacked her. I got her. But I don't know what you're doing this Saturday, tomorrow, from 3 to 7 p.m. down at the South Broadway Athletic Club. Stop on by. Get a chance to know a little bit about the Weed Squad. Go to theweedsquad.com for more information. Your medicinal source. Check out theweedsquad.com. They also have a store location now, 8088 Watson Road. As I said, we're on the ill side today over here at the Office Lounge on the patio with the people. This coming Monday, we will be at Tavern on Main at 2 p.m. Tavern on Main at 2 p.m. This upcoming Wednesday is the college football show. We'll be at the Wood Shack in Soulard, myself and Hot Tub Dave, big-time Florida State Seminoles fan. This is not your average college football show. If you know me and been following the show, it's going to be college football in a way I don't think you've ever heard before. We're talking about it all, from cheerleaders to recruiting to who we looking forward to seeing, and also and always the best venues to go to. As I said and mentioned before, we're on Spotify now. Thank you, Susan. Good job. We're on YouTube now as well. Thank you, Susan. Good job. On Spotify, just go to Who's to Blame, and you're better to follow the show. On YouTube, you can go Who's to Blame as well and pick up the show. We also have a page on Facebook, Who's to Blame, use the number 2. Instagram, Dre Montez. Snapchat, Dre Montez. Twitter, at W2B, Dre Montez. Soundtrack sounds phenomenal. We just got a little tweaking to do here. We working on a video behind the scenes. We'll have a look. We got some stuff we about to do and bring to you. I ain't playing this yet. Whether I can see or not, I'm not playing this year. Speaking of that, before I get out, let me tell you this story right here real quick. How I almost lost my shit yesterday. As I told you guys, I got diagnosed with a condition called LHON. It's Leber's hereditary optical neuropathy, meaning I have no bilateral vision. The middle is all confusing to me in both eyes. And on July 29th, I was declared legally blind. So everything is very large in my world. Da-da-da-da-da. Hey, get it, Dre. So yesterday I stop at a place, and I get a receipt. So I say, how much is it? He's like, here, you can't see that? I said, excuse me, how much is it? He gets an attitude, gets very exasperated, It took everything in me, not for 1449 Shoto, not for 4440 Gibson, and not the U.S. Navy or a three-time divorced African American 6'2" to come out of me yesterday. I walked away. So maybe I'm gonna get a shirt made that say, "I can't see, I'm legally blind. Please don't say to me when you're giving me a receipt, can you see that?"
Get a cup too.
Get a what?
Cup.
Get a cup?
Yeah.
Bill say, get a cup, get a cup, get a cup. But it's a learning curve. You know, I'm learning more and more about this LHON condition and diagnosis week after week. Here's the one thing that bothers me. All of the information out there about LHON is readable material. There is no audio. There's no audio. So for vision impaired people, the information is all visual. That's the dumbest shit ever. But I'm gonna change this. I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna get some audio content to this and help out more people out there that are suffering through this condition or going through it or know somebody going through it. It's called LHON. Do your research today. It's Fist Pump Friday, as I've said. My man Josh McIntosh, Pep Kid, All Fit College. Bill, I'm on my way. I'm on my way over there. You leaving? Okay, got you. Don't forget, if you would like to do some marketing advertising with the show, you can reach out to us through moredremontez@gmail.com. Miss Phyllis said we're not quitters. We're not quitters. 50 years ago, Woodstock was going on. 50 years ago, Woodstock. Carlos Santana made his debut there at 22 years old. You know, Woodstock, our generation, I was born in 1970. I don't know much about Woodstock. The few documentaries I've seen really is not telling me enough. The people I've talked about say the same thing. Man, it was about love and peace and expression. The videos I've seen, I was in the Navy with a young lady who was conceived at Woodstock in a van. She was stationed with me in Pearl Harbor, Hawaii. She was conceived at Woodstock. And she actually got her name from one of the bands allegedly playing during Woodstock.